Ever wonder how sailors on an aircraft carrier get their hands on everything from toothpaste to t-shirts? You won't believe the epic shopping experience that happens on the high seas. Today, we're taking you on a tour of the one-stop shop that keeps the U.S. Navy running, the ship store on an aircraft carrier. Imagine being hundreds of miles out at sea, with thousands of sailors all needing to buy everything from toothpaste to t-shirts. How do they do it? That's where the ship store comes in. Located on the lower decks of an aircraft carrier, the ship store is a vital part of life on board. It's the place where sailors can grab all of their essentials, from personal hygiene products to snacks and souvenirs. But shopping on an aircraft carrier isn't like your typical trip to the mall. There are unique challenges to consider, like limited space, unpredictable weather, and the need to keep everything secured during rough seas. In this video, we'll take you inside the ship store to show you the various departments and products available, and we'll hear from sailors about their favorite items to buy and any memorable shopping experiences they've had. So join us as we explore the epic shopping experience that happens on the high seas. We'll take a closer look at the logistics of shopping on an aircraft carrier and the unique challenges that come with it. First, let's talk about how the ship store is stocked. On a typical deployment, the ship will make several stops at ports around the world, where it will resupply with all of the necessary items for the ship store. This can include everything from food and drinks to personal care products and clothing. But what happens if a sailor needs something specific that isn't carried in the ship store? That's where special orders come in. Sailors can place special orders for items that they need, and the ship store will do its best to track down those items and have them delivered to the ship. Now, let's talk about the challenges of shopping on an aircraft carrier. The most obvious challenge is space. There is limited room on an aircraft carrier, so the ship store has to be efficient in its layout and inventory management. This means that the store may not have the same selection as a regular department store on land, and sailors may have to be patient if they are waiting for a special order to come in. Another challenge is the weather. An aircraft carrier is constantly on the move and can be subjected to rough seas and high winds. This means that everything in the ship store has to be securely stored to prevent it from getting damaged. Despite these challenges, the ship store is still able to offer a wide selection of products to sailors. In addition to the usual items you would find in a store on land, the ship store also carries military-specific gear, such as camouflage uniforms and boots, as well as naval-themed souvenirs for sailors to take home as gifts. So whether you're in need of a new pair of socks or a special treat from home, the ship store has you covered. In the next section, we'll take a closer look at the shopping experience on an aircraft carrier and hear from sailors about their favorite items to buy. In the previous section, we discussed the logistics of shopping on an aircraft carrier and the unique challenges that come with it. Now, let's take a closer look at the shopping experience itself. First, let's start with a tour of the ship store. As you can see, the store is divided into several departments, including a clothing department, a personal care department, and a department for snacks and beverages. One thing you'll notice is that the ship store has a much more streamlined selection than a regular department store. This is because of the limited space on an aircraft carrier and the need to carefully manage inventory. However, despite the smaller selection, the store still has a wide range of products to choose from, and sailors can place special orders if they need something specific. In addition to the practical items that sailors need, the ship store also has a selection of souvenirs and naval-themed items that sailors can buy to take home as gifts. These items are a great way for sailors to show their pride in their service and share their experiences with their loved ones back home. So whether you're in need of a new pair of socks or a special treat from home, the ship store has something for everyone. In the next section, we'll delve into the importance of the ship store and its role in the daily life of sailors on an aircraft carrier. In the previous sections, we discussed the logistics of shopping on an aircraft carrier and the unique shopping experience that takes place on board. In this final section, we'll delve into the importance of the ship store and its role in the daily life of sailors on an aircraft carrier. First, it's worth noting that the ship store is more than just a place to buy things. For many sailors, it's a place of normalcy and a reminder of home. It's a place where sailors can find familiar brands and products, and it's often a social gathering spot where sailors can catch up with each other. The ship store also plays a vital role in the functioning of the aircraft carrier. It's responsible for providing all of the necessary items that sailors need to do their jobs, from personal care products to military-specific gear. Without the ship store, the aircraft carrier simply wouldn't be able to function. The ship store has a long and interesting history as well. In the past, ship stores were often run by civilians who would travel with the ship and sell their wares to sailors. Today, the ship store is a military operation, and it has evolved to meet the changing needs of sailors over time. One of the unique aspects of life on an aircraft carrier is the close-knit community that develops among the sailors. The ship store plays a big role in fostering that sense of community. It's a place where sailors can come together and socialize, as well as a place where they can find a sense of familiarity and home away from home. The ship store is also a place where sailors can find support and resources for their personal and professional needs. Many ship stores have a library where sailors can borrow books and movies, as well as access to computers and other resources. Some ship stores also have a chapel where sailors can find spiritual guidance and support. In addition to serving the individual needs of sailors, the ship store also plays a role in the overall morale and well-being of the ship. When sailors are able to find the items they need and have access to resources and support, it helps to create a positive and productive environment on board. Overall, the ship store is a vital part of the community on an aircraft carrier. It's a place where sailors can find everything they need, as well as a sense of normalcy and home away from home. It's a place where sailors can come together and support each other, and it plays a crucial role in the functioning and morale of the ship. In conclusion, the ship store is a vital part of life on an aircraft carrier. It's the one-stop shop for everything a sailor could need, and it plays a crucial role in the functioning and morale of the ship. We hope you've enjoyed learning about the unique and epic shopping experience that takes place on the high seas. Thank you for joining us on this tour of the ship store on an aircraft carrier. We hope you've enjoyed learning about the unique and epic shopping experience that takes place on the high seas, and we'll see you in the next video.